thankful for that.
That's,
You're
that's,
missing.
that's the rules. When you have a small party, more gets done. That's the rules.
Checks out.
No.
This is an odd consortium of players to be left behind, I feel.
Who's going to keep Kipo in check?
We have a leash. Keepo, tonight is the night to open as many doors as you want.
We're in the woods, though. There are no doors.
Shh, don't tell him.
Just remember you asked for that when he opens the door he shouldn't have. Remember you don't have raised teleportation magic to save you all.
I know.
We fucked.
Or Baru's, oh shit, evil teleportation magic.
Yes, there is also that. So, when last we left off, you had just finished speaking to this giant woman that you had met.
Ilrove, is that her name?
Ilrove, yes.
Ilrove.
Ilrove. Okay.
And you were on your way to the Fomorian camp.
You told us last time nobody had news of the waterway. Like, nobody came back that tried scouting that, correct?
Correct. Nobody was aware of how the waterway went. They didn't know that everyone there died, but they also didn't know that they didn't.
Is that our supposed way back, or?
It's one possible way you could get in.
Oh, to the camp.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's really up to you if you want to go for it or not, because you don't really know much about the safety or what's there. You just know that it exists.
Well, we don't have Zoltan to give us water breathing, so let's pass on the waterway.
I have control water.
Like, you just
If you
control
recall,
water
he
with a
did
bubble?
last time, so as long as it doesn't take you more than 24 hours, you have it.
Okay.
Oh, we do.
Can we...
As soon as he heard waterway, you might recall that he was like, well, I cast water breathing.
I just assume it's on us almost all the time as soon as he sees water.
And if it does take us 24 hours, Kipo can prepare it.
Oh, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Can we scout out the waterway a little bit just to see what it is?
Depends. What do you mean? How do you want to scout it out?
Well, I mean, like, what is it? It's just, you said a waterway. Is it like, just like...
Do you want to go look
stream
at the
going into the
exit
camp?
point that you
Is
can
it-
find?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, traveling through the forest towards the exit point, you would find it is a small stream, maybe about 40 feet across, 20 feet or so deep.
It's not a small stream.
We
That's
didn't know
like-
what it was.
It's like a spring, like a creek. It's a creek.
Yeah, it seems to bubble up from an underground cavern, which you might, make your way into if you were looking for such a thing.
Would I know of any water creatures that would maybe be in here that would be an issue to deal with?
There are all sorts of fey water
Name it?
creatures.
Okay.
So, we don't know exactly where the camp is, but we know that.
No, you know where the
This-
camp is.
No,
You could-
we know
you
where
could-
the camp
you
is.
could
We can go in a
just
different
walk
way if
straight
we want.
in if you want
Yeah.
to. This is a potential sneaky way in.
Yeah, I'd rather not just walk
Oh.
straight through the door. Whether
Well,
that's
also-
us sneaking through a door or the waterway is up for debate.
Hmm. Well, I guess that depends on what our method is. Sneak attack or diplomatic entry sneak attack?
Derek, would I have any past knowledge of any diplomatic approaches in the past, or has there been pretty much none?
There have been no attempts at diplomacy in the past ever, as far as you're
Since
aware.
I can remember. Okay. I just have no idea if that's even a dumb idea to begin with. Like, if they're just gonna laugh in our face.
Well, I mean, just because they laugh in our face doesn't. I mean, if that's not the worst they can do. You know what I mean?
No, but I'm saying, is it even a lost cause to start with? Which then we don't have surprise on our side.
I mean, we could try the diplomacy route if that's something you want to consider. If it doesn't work, we can leave, assuming they don't, jail us or whatever, and then
I
enter through
mean,
the secret way.
I feel like they wouldn't just let us leave. Like, they attacked an entire city.
Hmm.
Everybody knows you don't shoot the messenger.
Well, that doesn't stop them from shooting the messenger, though.
Yeah,
Like-
sometimes you kill some of the messengers and you leave one alive and be like, go give the message. Here's their
Yeah.
head on spikes.
Yeah.
Because, like, I would rather sneak attack.
Ah.
Well,
We
I-
can
I mean,
sneak
is-
in and at least see
Il-
what's going
il-
on
il-
first.
is Ilrove coming with us through the
Yeah,
underground
I
I
was
cavern?
gonna say.
mean, the underground, the river is huge. I don't see why she wouldn't, at least from what we see.
Because I'm here to deliver a warning.
Yeah. It's different. Different.
That said, you're welcome to do your thing, and perhaps my going in through the front to deliver a warning will distract them from whatever area you're planning on sneaking through.
Well, if you're just here to deliver a warning, I guess we can go with you and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
She says, you're certainly welcome to accompany me, but if you would prefer to maintain your element of surprise or sneak attack them while they're in discussions with me, you're welcome to. I certainly won't judge you for it.
So she doesn't give a shit what we do.
She says, I don't mean to be callous, but no, I have my purpose for being here, and I intend to complete it.
And she said she was fully ready to crack skulls if it came to it, so
Mm-hmm.
She says, yes, but I doubt that they'll be too against my proposal. It's fairly mild, all things considered.
Okay. He is like, I'm willing to go into the front door with her to at least let her do her proposal, see how it goes, and then honestly, I'm gonna probably want to take out the leader. But her meeting with the leader might be better than us sneaking around blindly as well.
Well, in that case, sensing the impending hostilities, I should probably make Leo extra charismatic for our personal negotiations.
Are you
She
saying
says,
I'm not charismatic?
Sorry, hold on. Point of order. Your plan is to wait for me to negotiate a peace for my people and then kill the leader I just negotiated it with?
I
that your
want to
plan,
see
Thea?
how your negotiation goes first. And if it goes well, maybe I'll consider negotiation.
And if you decide against it, then you would kill the leader that I had just negotiated that peace with.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
She says, I'm sure it's an effective strategy for you.
But not for you. I get it.
Less effective for me. I don't mean to be a bother, but that doesn't seem like a good way of my reaching my goal.
No, it's understandable.
That said, if you would prefer to go in, then I can simply negotiate with whoever the next leader is.
Do I know, like, if one leader dies, that they just literally elect another one? Like,
You could make a history check to see if you know that about Fomorians.
I would assume in being an army that there's somebody lower
like
ranked that
second
would
in
step
command.
Thea, you would know that they tend to have a chain of command, as Kipo mentioned. Being an army, they would tend to have some chain of command where if the leader dies, there would be a new leader.
Derek, this thing that's happened, like, in this city, like, this is an uncommon event. Like, this isn't something that happens often, that they, like, play around in magic to
No,
attack, right?
Their use of magic is uncommon. The attacking is common. I mean, they
Yeah,
attack
but,
you
like,
and
the
you
use
attack them,
of-
like, quite often. You're at war. You attack each other pretty constantly. But no, them using magic to do it would be the part that is abnormal.
Okay, Thea's like, what? Like, we negotiate with the original leader, and if it doesn't get us anywhere, we kill him and then try to negotiate with the second commander. Our main mission is to help the city get this curse off of them, which I would assume if the leader is dead, the curse would end. Or
Hopefully, whoever replaces them is amenable to not just swarming us as soon as we kill the leader. But yeah, that's the plan.
yeah.
Is everybody ready to act extra formidable so they don't try anything?
You know, if I had known in advance that we were going to be doing peace talks, I would have equipped a different rune. But you know what? That's okay.
We're fine.
Seriously, though, somebody needs to... the rest of the party needs to attune to some of these runes, because they're kind of useful, but I can only carry 3.
You gotta send us a list of what they do, because I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that after this. After session today.
I think I've only got 2 things equipped.
Okay. Why do I have a +5 to charisma? What is going on here?
Because you're such a player.
I don't know, dynamic active effects just update. That's your charisma save, because you have proficiency in charisma saves.
Oh, that makes sense.
You probably have a +1 to saving throws from something, which is giving you that additional 1.
Cool. Do. So, we're going in the front door?
Yeah. Thea's not necessarily happy negotiating, but
Okay. Well,
it might be easier helping the city that way at this point first.
She says, well, don't let me tell you what to do. I mean, if you'd rather attack, by all means. I don't mean to dissuade you. I just need
Yeah,
to know
but
so I
if
can
we
know how to
attack
most
the
effectively do
leader,
my things.
that's not helping your people, and as much as I want to fuck them over, I don't want to fuck your people over.
Oh,
And
no.
even if we kill the leader, then we're just stuck there in the middle of them.
No, don't misunderstand. My people, I can negotiate with whichever leader comes about whenever. I just need to know whether I need to be disassociated from you or not.
I don't know. I just feel like this situation is really suspect. And how are we even 100% sure that these Fomorians are, the ones responsible for this curse? You said in your lifetime that they've never used magic like this. It's just, it feels weird to go in and when we don't have all the answers. Like if we knew for a fact, like they would sent a little messenger along with the plague, we are the Fomorians, we are cursing your people, that's a little different, but
Well, I mean, we can go in and talk to them first and see if they're the ones causing it.
And then murder.
we commit murder. I'm tempted to cast divination right now, but
Go for it. Cast
don't know what
divination, ask Daddy Lathander if he's still concerned, whatever you want to do.
That's not an addendum. I am still concerned about your concern, but no. I mean, because Lathander's all about new beginnings, new deals. I wonder if he would, but since the Fomorians probably don't worship him, so Lathander probably wouldn't even know, actually, now that I think about it.
Gods
Nah.
know things that aren't from their worshippers if it's within their domain.
Oh.
Like, if it's part of their portfolio, they can still see it, even if the person does not. Like, Kipo wasn't worshipping Mask in the Underdark, but Mask's domain is shadows, so you were able to find Kipo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? Let's just cast it. Fuck it. We're gonna cast divination.
Okay. Pop that up for me, so because you have a bunch of spells that tell you things, and I need to remember which one is which.
A bunch is a strong.
All right. What is your
3.
question? Your single question is concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days.
Okay. Would the Fomorians that we are dealing with right now be amenable to negotiating a ceasefire with Thea's town? My friend Thea's town.
I'm just coming up with his reply here.
No, all good.
Maybe.
If only there was a
Please try
giant-related
again.
deity you could ask.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the Fomorians are giants.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my first thought, Lathander, because new beginnings and things like that, and people go to him when they sign contracts and things like that. Could ask him too. I got more spell slots.
Some things are as they appear, others are not. The actions of one person cannot be ascribed to an entire people, but the actions of many people can have a wider effect.
Oh, that didn't make any sense!
It says cryptic.
I mean, it kind of does.
That's
So
what Leo
it's
would say
pretty
to the
much
sky,
saying-
though.
I mean, from what Theo was, if you would tell Theo that, Theo would be like, some things are as they appear and some things aren't. So magic is suspicious. What's going on here? And then I am just a drop in the bucket that can't make just a huge wave by myself. My people need to make the change, not just me. Is what I got from your God's answer.
No, I think that's a good interpretation.
Yeah, there doesn't have to be any dissenting factions within your city, is there? You know, anybody who might be angry enough and old enough to
To
bring
cause
about the
this?
same curse that you enacted in the first place?
This has been going on forever, though. Why would they choose to do that now?
I'm not saying they were the same ones from back then, but I'm saying you probably have it written down somewhere, and if somebody found it and didn't like leadership, who knows?
Would I have any suspicions on anybody in the city, Derek? Or
You've been gone for 10
groups?
years.
Yeah.
Well, when you left, what was the...
As with any city, there are, political parties that go up, but, multiple ways on multiple things. So yes, of course there are dissenters, but Thea is too out of touch with the city to have any idea who they currently are.
I was just paid to help.
But like, so when you left home, how, like, was it... What was the status of the war? Like, was it
It's
normal?
always back and forth.
So was it waning when you left? Do you remember?
It doesn't really wane, it's just who is
Oh.
pushing the other one back at the time.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it wasn't a no. So, I think there's always room for opportunity. Or, yeah.
I think that at least gives us cause to see if they're actually the ones behind it.
Yeah.
Because all may not be as it seems.
Yeah.
And if they lie, I'll know about it.
Why? Can you sniff out lies?
Because my insight is a +9.
You can sniff out lies.
Yeah.
Answer being
I have a-
basically, I mean, not necessarily, but yeah.
Okay. Well,
I
we can
usually
at
don't
least-
pay close enough attention, but I will this time.
Okay. We can at least see if this is what's going on and try to go from there.
That orange Sour Patch was particularly good. Anyways.
Alright, so you're going to approach the front gates.
And just before we're within range, I'm going to enhance Leo's charisma.
Thanks. Do I have advantage?
Yeah.
Sick. Are there any buffs that I want to put on anybody? No, then that would last long enough. Okay.
So hard to find stuff under features sometimes.
Before we start psychically screaming to each other, are the Fomorians known for having psychic powers?
You know, I appreciate you actually asking this time. That's a step up.
I enjoy yelling in our heads.
Previous times you've just gone for it and been like, yeah. No, the Fomorians are not known. You know, there may be a Fomorian that does, but they are not known as a species-wide thing for having psychic powers. Fair question. Just realized I needed a thing for that. Token Stamp is such a great tool.
Mm-hmm.
Use it extensively.
Oh yeah. All tokens get made with Token Stamp.
Yep.
You guys think Lathander's good at beer pong? I think he is.
Yo, Lathander, you're up at beer
I-
pong.
It's like I never would have thought of that question. Ever. Are you good at beer pong, Leo?
Cannot disclose. I don't know. What's my dexterity? It's 12. So I don't know what the answer to that question is.
Well,
You know-
we should put on our bucket list.
Beer pong. But as you've seen evidence of, Keg Stand King.
Alright, you approach the Fomorian front door. You can see a pair of guards there that bristle as you approach.
So ugly.
Tiny.
I know, we're so small.
Microscopic.
Yeah, they seem like they might be about to attack when they see Thea, but then they also see a giant there, and they're like, hold on. Maybe we don't quite understand what's going on here.
I hold my hands up in the universal sign of we come in peace.
Leo, you speak giant, right?
Uh-huh.
You're the one who does.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, then you can hear them as they call out, "Who goes there?" And your giant responds, "Ilro Vavra, here to negotiate regarding the plane of air," and she gestures to Leo.
Oh,
Reverie, Leo, the reverie.
yes. The Reverie, here to to negotiate on behalf of... Yeah, what's the name of your town again? I forgot.
Yeah, so did I. I was trying to look it up quick.
Anyway, the Reverie, hailing from the material plane,
Astrozalian.
here to negotiate on
At
behalf
that,
of Astrozalian.
they burst out laughing.
I told you! Thea's like, I told you!
Hey! We're not ashamed of them laughing at us.
And one of them asks Leo, "No, really, where are you from?"
Oh, me? I'm from Daggerford in the Material Plane, south of Waterdeep. But I do hail, additionally, from Isaiah the Temple.
AstraZeneca.
Oh, okay. Daggerford
no.
here to negotiate. Do we have something in Daggerford? One of them asks the other, who shrugs and says, "Oh, I don't know. Queen would know."
Queen?
Yeah, and they will go and push open one huge door.
LOL, they laughed. Okay.
Thea's like, just kill me now.
No dying.
Clearly having zero belief that you're actually from that city here to negotiate.
I'm not even gonna correct them because they're just
Well,
guards.
I mean, I'm not from the city, but I'm on, behalf. Oh, walking
Okay,
so
this
fast.
feels like I'm running a mile.
I know. Slow down!
Emo is sprinting.
That's because you're trying to keep up with a giant.
Everything is so
For
big.
whom one stride is equivalent to like 30 of Kipo's.
I feel like an ant.
Place is huge.
Thea's like, we're so fucking small, we could have snuck in here easily.
Yeah, you could like fit under some of these doors. Like a little
Wow.
tiny mouse.
Why is it so big, though? It's literally so big.
They like their house is spacious.
It's a dining hall. Are we about to get cooked? Is the chef... Oh, no. The scene from Ariel.
Yeah, the Fomorian who led you in there announces, the Reverie from Daggerford and Ilro Vavra of the Plane of Air here to negotiate. And then he takes his leave. You can see up at the front there a Fomorian dressed in a cloak and holding onto a staff. You can see her fingers are adorned with numerous what actually look to be circlets, but are being used as rings.
Mmm.
Do we approach, or do we supposed to speak from here?
Hell if I know.
She speaks up, says, "I am Lothra."
Leo, introduce us.
I thought she was gonna say more than that. We are the Reverie. I am Leo Song from the Daggerford. Anyways, this is Thea, and that is Kipo.
Lothra says, "You can come closer."
Okay.
Oh, thank goodness. I felt like I was shouting from so far away.
I definitely
You
had
are-
to use
you-
thaumaturgy
You're
to
screaming
protect
from
my
like
voice.
300 feet away.
Thea's skin itches just passing all of these things.
I definitely had to use thaumaturgy to project my voice. There was no way that shit was reaching all the way over there. I'm just gonna stand in front of the fire.
Guys, look at their bowls.
I know. You could take, it's like a hot tub,
No.
She,
the size of one.
She says, "We don't have operations in Daggerford.
Oh,
Why have
you
you
don't.
come?"
Will you tell her we're actually here on behalf of the city of Astrazalian?
Yes.
Seriously? Not
Yeah.
laughable?
Oh, yes.
Behind
We-
you, you see Ilrove just sort of perch on the edge of one of the benches, waiting her turn.
Oh, okay. Shouldn't have she? I feel like she should have gone first.
I
But
thought she was gonna come up with us.
anyways, that is correct. You do not have operations in Daggerford. We hail from the material plane, but are emissaries of AstraZeneca.
Yes.
Not AstraZeneca, whatever the town's name is.
Astrazalian.
AstraZalian. Let me write that down. before I
Once and a chorus of laughter erupts around the room.
We'd appreciate if you took our inquiry seriously.
I translate.
Do you speak giant
at-
people?
No, but they all burst out in
Oh,
laughter,
okay,
so you
okay.
know.
Kipo can tell what laughter is. At that, she sort of looks at you. She says, "They sent an emissary?
They did.
Then it must be working."
Oh, it was them.
There's
Shit.
like, where the fuck is that giant slaying arrow in my backpack? Could you so Thea's like, we first wanted to get confirmation that you are the one that's actually causing this curse in the city before we actually discuss the issue.
Wait, you want me to translate that? Or are we just talking in our head right now?
Oh, translate it.
Oh, okay. I translate it.
They said it.
Yes, we turned the curse back on your city. Is that surprising?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Only because we haven't seen this magic from you guys before.
Translate. You know.
She says, "Our war was never going to end fighting you conventionally."
Thea's like, well, we can start fighting unconventionally as well.
Let's not immediately escalate.
Hey! Thea's like,
Fortunately,
I can just-
Thea can say whatever she wants, and if Leo doesn't translate, it doesn't go through. Leo has veto power on speaking.
yeah, because Thea knows no magics. However, you
keep going.
obviously want to at least see this war end, or that's kind of what you just said. Is there actually any possibility for negotiation of ceasefire or peace talks?
Well, she finished her thought. So after she finishes her thought, I'll translate that. They're gonna attack us.
This is where I
I'm
killed
deciding
the party.
whether it's an intimidation check or a persuasion check that you need to make. I think it's both.
I mean, it's both, to be honest.
Yeah, I think
Thea
I need
is
both
trying
from
to
you here,
intimidate them at
Leo.
first. but-
Okay. Okay. Well.
Why can't you
Okay.
just give me giant speak, damn it? Can anyone
Voltan's not here.
He casts tongues on. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Ilrove.
Ilarove. Ilrove? Illarove.
Ilrove.
Ilrove.
Thea's like, ask this friggin' mage with the staff if she could cast tongues on me.
She
No,
said
she
didn't
forgot.
prepare
That's why
it.
Zoltan
And
had
also-
to cast it on her.
Also,
No,
a
no.
intimidation.
Lothra.
Hey. That was
She seems to get angry, snapping at Leo. You already did fight unconventionally. That's why we're like this. We're simply returning the favor.
An eye for an eye.
Long overdue.
I don't bequeath you, or I don't begrudge you your angers. What was done to you as is entirely unfair. But as you said yourself, you wished for a ceasefire. That was your intention with using unconventional methods. So
I
That's
never
not what
said I
she
wished
said.
for a ceasefire.
She said
I
said
they
I
would
wanted the war
never
to end.
win, or
The
the
war
world
to
to
end.
end fighting
Oh.
unconventionally, or not, or conventionally.
yeah.
Derek.
Yeah.
Can you just remind me, or Thea, of the history? The Fomorians were giants that... Did they invade this place? The Eladrin Fae is what, from my understanding, which is why the Eladrin, or Fae, turned them into this.
Okay, so
And if I'm wrong, tell me.
make a history check.
Thea knows might be a Ladrin washed history.
If you'd
Well,
like to,
that's
if
what-
Kipo would like to, Kipo could also make a history check. Same with Leo, by the way. I mean, while you're all here.
Because Thea knows that
I mean,
her
maybe
history
I
might
get
not
lucky.
be exactly the truth,
Okay.
but...
Oh!
So, Thea, you are aware that the Fomorians were a species of giant, much like the, storm giants or any other giants, fairly warlike, who invaded the Feywild, or attempted to invade the Feywild, and they were stopped by the curse that was cast on them, which made it harder for them to fight among everything else by doing this to them. However, did not stop fighting when that happened. They, kept fighting. They just were no longer conquering the whole Feywild.
Thea's like, I rest my case.
Leo,
They started it.
you know that the Fomorians were a race of giants that actually originated in the Feywild. They were created there, much as the elves were, as a product of Fey and giants. They were incredibly beautiful. They did start a war with some other Fey. They lost, and when they surrendered, they were subjected to a curse which warped their bodies as punishment.
Oh.
Several hundred years later, they went to war again because they realized that the curse was being passed down to their children.
Oh. Oh. Interesting. What was the last day she said they don't want the war, they don't want a ceasefire, want the war to end.
So their
Thea,
plan
did you
was to get the
say anything
Eladrin to
else?
stop fighting.
Yeah. Did Thea say anything after that?
Thea
don't
said, so
remember.
CEO is totally justified after explaining what she learned in Eladrin school.
Thea, that's not what happened.
They were punished for starting a war, but their future generations don't deserve to be punished.
Terms and conditions were not set out. Oh.
Do you think
Ah.
anybody in your city remembers, or is everybody just so brainwashed that nobody remembers the original history? They're just perpetuating what they learned.
I mean, it's the same on both sides. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm sure if you asked the Fomorians what happened, they would have an even, they would have their own whole version of everything.
exactly.
Where would I have learned this information?
I don't know. You got an 18 on a history check.
But you know it didn't come from an Eladrin or a Fomorian source, so it's probably more neutral.
Yeah. I don't know. Where did Leo do his book learning?
I would feel like it might have been a part of like general giant knowledge history thing.
Yeah, that could be.
That he would have learned either on his own because that was one of his special interests, or at the temple, learning giant history. I have this vision that they just
by the way, from your history also, it was not just the Eladrin that were in on cursing them. It was a bunch of Fae. It's not like the Eladrin were the architects of the whole thing. They were just part of it.
Oh wow, that's like really fucked up. Now I know what Lathander was saying.
Yeah, it's actually it's very World War I Germany. Like, yes, they went to war and then they lost, but then we decided to fuck them over even more after the war, which of course made them, susceptible to go to war again.
Yeah.
Are they still at war with anybody else in the Feywild, or just the Eladrin?
They are at war with a lot of people.
Everybody. Okay. I guess I want to ask them. So you want the war to end? Is your goal to turn everyone to curse everyone so that they suffer in the same way that you did? Or do you just want the fighting to stop?
She says, there's many ways to stop a war. The final one is to make sure there's no one left to fight.
Ooh, that's not fun. The final one. Has nobody tried to break the curse?
Of course we've tried to break the curse.
Oh, I was more directing that question to the general information.
Oh.
General
I
shit.
mean, Thea's,
Yeah.
as far as like Thea growing up, why would they try to break the curse?
Yeah.
They're literally killing our people, so we see them like it doesn't make sense.
No big muckety muck that you're aware of. Like, the Black Staff did not try to break the curse. There have probably been numerous people over the years who have tried, but never like some big name person who put a lot of effort into it, or some alliance of people. It's always been would have been like, Jimbo the wizard tried to break the curse, failed.
Yeah. From the sounds of history, it would require the combined efforts of
A lot
of different Fae to break the curse that a lot of different Fae put on the Fomorian.
Yeah, this is not a remove curse situation.
No, it's not. No, we don't!
What?
We don't got a ring of wishes, bruh.
I don't think a ring of wishes would help. Or
it
maybe
might
help, but not
an individual, but not like.
Yeah.
We do have a substantial amount of clout. If it was our will, we could probably get together the necessary minds to tackle the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is like, can you translate, Leo?
Yeah.
As much as I hate sitting here discussing peace talks with you, because it makes my skin crawl, and I have been born and bred to want to hurt you just like you guys are doing to us. My family means more to me than my pride, I guess. Thea's like, if I could get the city to stop fighting, would you be willing to a ceasefire with our city? And I don't know if you've ever heard of the Reverie. I mean, you've maybe not even heard of us at all. You might think we're just little nobodies. But we do know a lot of people. And as much as I, like I said, hate sitting here, it's making my skin crawl, I don't think future generations should be punished for the wrongdoings, quote unquote, of their parents, grandparents, great 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 grandparents that nobody even remembers what happened a while ago. So if you would be willing to, I can go back and talk to the city and see if they're willing to do something. Would you be willing to at least have talks?
Leo translates that pretty as is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have more time to process it though, so I say it with more conviction.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Leo, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Thea mutters under her breath, fucking people rubbing off on
Oh,
me.
what did I roll? Oh no!
Roll a 12.
I don't have any bonus dice either.
Damn it, I'm so much better at persuasion than you! Ugh!
Too bad you don't speak giant.
God damn it!
We haven't gotten bonus die in like 10 million years, so no rerolls.
She says, the city is already not attacking us. What do we gain from that except giving up the weapon that is keeping us safe currently?
He is like, you would prevent more of your kind from dying. Yes, the city has stopped, but if they know that there's no solution, their only solution would be to fight back, or at least with their dying breath take out more of you that they could. And also, like I said, we're the Reverie. That might not mean anything to you, but if we say that we would maybe we would try to look into a solution for your people, it's not taken lightly, and we do know people that could help. We know the leaders of the cities of the material plane.
Done?
Yeah.
Okay. I switched the order of it. I say the first is that if you agree to a ceasefire, that proves that we can begin negotiations. It's a demonstration of trust. With the establishment of trust, you get a team dedicated to diplomatic efforts to end the curse for you and future generations. 3, it also means that nobody else has to die.
I could cast Ascending to the Blackstaff right now. I mean, just let me know.
Yeah. He passes it. We
Sure,
can
do it.
I mean, I'm not going to do so without them knowing. I can't warn them in advance.
Leo, go ahead and try another persuasion check.
Persuasion. Oh, 22, much better.
She says, "We will agree not to take any further actions until negotiations can be completed. We will not agree to dismantle anything we have already created yet. If there is a team capable of reversing the curse, then reversing it on a few Eladrin who might be stuck in it should be no additional difficulty."
Translate the team. Hmm.
Okay, well, first we have to see if the city is even
Oh, wait.
willing.
Inside check. Kipo, help me too.
Yeah, that too.
I can't understand them.
Oh, I guess that's
You
true.
could understand their body language.
Can you
Kiko, I'll
help
let you do
me?
a disadvantaged insight check just to try and get a general feel for things. Obviously, you can't tell truthfulness or falsehood because you can't even hear what they're saying properly, but like you can still kind of get the
Can I
vibe.
can I roll insight as
Yeah.
well? Okay. Oh no!
You know
Uh-uh.
shit.
I trust them wholeheartedly.
So, Leo, you don't know shit. Kipo, you notice that this person is pausing before every answer for like a decent amount of time, like they're being fed what they're supposed to say. You don't think this is actually the person in charge.
It's not as it seems.
Oh, they're being fed information. That's not the leader. As a show of good faith, I can contact the Blackstaff right now if we could have a face-to-face with who's actually pulling the strings.
Okay. Oh, I'm trying to think of how to translate that without triggering anything.
We appreciate your service in conveying your regent's wishes.
Uh-huh.
But
Okay. Yes, that say that. I say that. However, in order to begin negotiations off on a good foot, we need to be honest with each other. So we would appreciate having the confirmation of whoever's really in charge.
That's not
And there's no good way to say that. It's okay. If we start a fight, we start a fight at this point. Let's go. We tried.
We were doing so well.
I don't know how do we say that?
You can. Well. Yeah.
I just want to be clear that I'm not casting any magic without them saying it's okay, because
alright.
that's just going to set things off.
yeah, because everyone is going to immediately start fighting. All right, Leo, go ahead and make another persuasion check.
Oh my god. also not very good.
Keep it. You notice the same hesitation before you answer again. She says, "What do you mean with who's in charge?"
How do I explain gut feelings? How do...
I mean,
We have noticed the thoughtful pauses you take before responding.
No?
What
Paired with conveying the wishes of another.
so I don't put my foot in my mouth. That's what I would say. I mean, would Thea know that, like, the general is, like, in charge of everything?
I mean, presumably, because it's a
Yeah.
military
That's a camp. And
a military group, so presumably the general is in charge of everything. Leo, make an intelligence check, please.
I'm not good at that.
Since you are, well, you are the only one who actually can hear them, so it's important that you be the one to do it, sadly. Leo, you would note this person has never referred to themselves by any title. They referred to themselves by name. They have never referred to themselves by any title. They have never claimed to be the person in charge. Even when you said that you wanted to speak to the person in charge, they didn't say, "I am the person in charge." They just asked what you meant.
oh.
Okay. You have... What is that? What's that? Queried? Art? No, that's not what it is. There's a word. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the word is. We appreciate your conversation, but you have not claimed a title. A very unbefitting. And not unbefitting, but very unusual of a Fomorian. Would a general not claim their title?
Thea's like,
Ugh,
this magic,
like that.
I don't understand why they wouldn't have used it a long time ago. So obviously there's someone, or it seems
Mm-hmm.
obvious now that someone's working behind them. Possibly not even a Fomorian. Who knows?
Yeah, that's the thing.
So just
Alright,
be honest
Leo,
with them, I guess.
Another persuasion check there with what you just said.
Sweating. Oh, it was better than an 18.
Persuasion checks are such a seesaw.
Yeah.
I mean, none of them have gone innately bad.
I mean, I
Don't
haven't
jinx
rolled
us.
below a 10. Well, yeah.
Don't put your foot in your mouth.
Yeah, you see her kind of bow her head and glance behind you, where you see Ilrove beginning to change shape.
This motherfucker.
It wasn't. Who is this?
She was with us all along!
It was her. It was her.
That's it. Now Thea just wants to kill random people. I'm just kidding.
Who are you?
Thea's like, what the fuck?
Wow. Not all is as it seems. Oh no.
Thea's like, Leo, are you Leo?
Yes, I'm Leo.
Prove it!
You think anyone could intimidate this idiocy right here? I mean, imitate, not intimidate.
She says, "I'm here." She says this to you in common.
Feels like, thank Jesus I can understand someone!
Leo does both of those gasps. Very dramatic. This is necessary character building. So, what's your real name?
Ilrov Vavra.
Unless. Ilvavra?
Ilrov Vavra.
Ilrov?
The same name she introduced herself to initially.
Oh, yeah. We wouldn't have known any better anyways.
Yeah. Her name is her name. She knew you didn't know
Oh.
who she was, so she just used her name.
Wow.
Thea's like, well, now that we know who you really are, since you're the one in charge, has everything we said, do you have an opinion about it?
Yes. She says, "This is exactly the reaction I had hoped to elicit."
Surprise, shock.
As in, you wanted them to stop fighting and then you wanted them to send people to go talk to you about stop fighting?
I wanted someone to offer to fix the curse. I
Oh,
assumed
yeah,
that
okay.
if I made sure it affected someone else, some work might be done on it.
Thea's like, have you heard
Unless,
of the
course, you
reverie?
want to go with your second plan and attempt to kill me now.
I have a question for you.
Thea's like, even if I wanted to, which I don't, we are in the middle of your camp.
I feel like we're making a lot of progress here.
Because, like, I said which I don't. At least you can know that we're not stupid.
Did you replicate the curse? And if you were able to replicate it, how do you not have any inkling of how to undo it?
They would have already done it if they could.
She,
Well, I'm saying.
pats the spell book that she's carrying at her side and says, "This is a special book. It allows, well, it's a magical artifact that allows retribution to the spells that one suffers oneself."
Huh.
Interesting.
I was able to use it to learn the spell that created the curse. And I have enough talent and enough people willing to cast it. But to reverse it, I don't have that ability.
Thea's like, would you be okay with us trying to contact the Blackstaff at the moment to see if they would have any inkling of how to fix this curse? Or any ideas of what we would require? Since you have the spell, we might need that in order to figure out how to reverse it.
She says, "Go ahead."
Keepo!
Oh,
Okay.
wait. Just to clarify, you have the actual spell, the spell mathematics, like, written down, or just
Yeah.
the incantation? Oh. Okay.
I have the spell that caused this. But as I'm sure you, traveling with your wizard, know, being able to cast the spell does not necessarily equate to understanding its inner workings.
Yep.
I will cast Ascending to the Blackstaff.
Need huge favor. Attempting to stop multi-millennia war. Need people working on curing Fomorian curse. We have the spell. Can you do it?
You got one more word.
Thanks.
Thanks.
The response you get is, presumably? I can't tell you for sure without seeing the spell, of course. And it may be a involved large-scale ritual, but given the spell, probably.
Okay. She thinks it's feasible, but she won't know for sure without studying the spell.
She barks in giant, which Leo can understand. Parchment and my special ink. And one of the giants runs off. And comes back with a big roll of parchment and what you would recognize as the same ink Zoltan uses sometimes. That costs a shit ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
She scribes that onto a scroll, rolls it up. It is rolled up. It is a little taller than Kipo and about as thick around as Leo's leg.
Oh shit!
Do we have? Where's the portable hole?
Because, you know, this is
I
a
think
giant scroll.
Yeah.
And she hands it down toward Leo.
Okay. Do we have the portable hole, or does Zoltan have that?
You can have the portable hole. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Throw it in there.
Okay. Bloop. Bloop. You know, safekeeping and easy travels.
He is like, well, I have to go talk to the city. As hard as it was convincing you guys, now I have to go convince them too.
Hey, but I put my hand on Thea's shoulder and like reassure her, but also look at them.
She says, I understand. You should know that when I conceived of this plan, convincing the rest of my people not to immediately kill any emissary sent was the hardest part.
You could have told them not to laugh at us too.
She says, I performed a small miracle ensuring that you were not killed. I could not manage the larger one.
You're funny. You're kind of funny.
I'm just going to propose that we should actually get this spell back to the Blackstaff as soon as possible, just to make sure it doesn't get caught up in the Eladrin city in the meantime. You know, in case they want to hold us as traitors or something. Should probably make sure that process is already underway.
That's
I
true.
mean, how do you propose we get back to the material plane?
Thea, how do we get back?
Through the waterfall in the city.
The waterfall?
Okay, so
I
we
got
enter
you.
the city, one of us splits off and jumps in the waterfall, and the rest go and talk to the queen.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I could. Where did we enter the waterfall from? Like, where's it gonna spit me out if I go?
In the wilderness of the Sword Coast.
Okay.
You know what? It's probably best if I go. I can walk through trees.
Yeah, and you speak giant, Leo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in case we need to go. Okay.
Kipo also can communicate with the rest of you. Kipo's a good choice for this one.
That's
yeah,
true.
Kipo can also turn into a bird. Which is
Yeah,
pretty neat.
Kipo's really a great choice for this part of the mission.
Okay. Okay, sounds good.
Well, I guess we'll go back to the city at the moment and then return to you guys. Since Leo, do you have sending?
Yeah, I have sending.
Oh, okay. Or we can send. Well, never mind. That's not
Well,
appropriate to have peace talks through sending.
No, we will keep you updated. But quite sincerely, we really appreciate you coming down, or to sit at the table, at least entertaining the thought.
Let us see what comes of this. She nods to the giant in the back, who opens up the doors for you to leave, heading back to the city.
It's time to add ending a multi-millennial war to my resume.
We didn't end it. We're just one city.
Hey!
That's what the resume's for. It talks yourself up.
Yeah, you ended their war with this Eladrin city. You didn't end all their wars.
Yeah.
Alright, Kipo, you're splitting off and heading back to the material plane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Leaving it just Thea and Leo, who are presumably going back to the palace, or
Yep.
did you want to stop by your parents first?
No, let's go to the palace.
Wait, are your parents just like soldiers, or are they politicians?
They're fairly high up soldier, so, you know, there's a little bit of politics that starts getting involved at that level.
I don't know, maybe we should try and convince your parents first. No? Okay. That totally understood. Let's go.
I don't know if they would be as much as I hated doing that. They would probably hate it worse. Or not be inclined to want to as much.
Yeah, you make your way back into the throne room. As you arrive, somewhat foregoing formality, Lady Chandria asks, "You have returned, yet the cloud still lingers. What happened?"
Well, the unimaginable happened. We talked to the leader, and they were open to a ceasefire or peace talks.
Let me understand. You reached their leader, found the person responsible for all this, and let them live?
Yep.
Why?
Well, I was asking myself that question first as well. But they're hurting as much as we're hurting. The war is endless. We've both lost people dear to us. And essentially, they want the curse to end on them. That's what they want. which is understandable since their children that had nothing to do, their children's children's children, is still cursed. They don't want their children to suffer the consequences of something that they didn't even have a hand in to begin with. Which is why they returned the curse on our city, so we could feel the same as they have felt.
And so you come here to offer us peace with them?
At least a ceasefire. And our group has undertaken the possibility of us trying to fix the curse for them and essentially fix the curse on our people as well then that has been affected by it. I know this is unimaginable, and I cursed myself even thinking about it in the beginning. However, no one has ever tried peace talks or negotiation. It's just an endless war, an endless cycle of death and fighting. So no, why not try the unimaginable and see where it goes? And if it doesn't go anywhere, we can always return to what we've known.
That's where the problem is. If it doesn't go anywhere, we can't return. If they're cured of the curse, they'll be more competent fighters than they are now. We're holding them at bay now, but if we allow them to regain their power unimpeded, we wouldn't be able to stop them if they decided to try again. We can't recreate the curse that the ancients cast on them. So, we
I
would be
mean, they did.
helpless.
With all due respect, Your Majesty, why assume the worst? When you think of you become the first entity to offer them peace, to offer them the chance to rid themselves of this curse, why would history not remember this even more than the original slight? No one says it's going to be easy, but there's so much potential for things to be better.
Okay, one of the two of you, whichever is better at it, can make an advantage persuasion check.
I think Thea's better at this.
Yeah, I think so too. Thea finally gets to roll a persuasion check.
Yes.
Ooh, and it's a good one too.
It's one of my rogue specialties.
Here.
Oh,
I can't roll. Do you have the I can't roll less than a 10 yet?
What's that called?
Reliable
talent.
talent.
I don't think so.
You must have too many levels in fighter.
I'm a rogue 9.
I think you get it at 10.
Yeah. Someone remind me to play a rogue next time. I kind of miss them.
It can be fun. She says, would you consider an alternate suggestion?
Ends on the alternate suggestion.
What's the suggestion?
Tell them that a ceasefire is acceptable. We will meet their leader and myself in a neutral location. And we will discuss terms.
That's not really an alternative. That's kind of what we suggested. You don't want us to fix their curse, is what it sounds like.
Not before I have a chance to meet with their leader.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise gotcha meeting.
She says, I am only asking you to deliver the message.
Inside check.
Because, like, I'm not just a messenger at this point.
She says, I wouldn't want to make you lie about anything. Leo, you can roll your insight if you need it.
I don't need it. Because
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Basically, she's pretty sure she can take the other leader in a one-on-one
Exactly.
fight.
Because, like, I came back here with good intentions.
She's, of course, and I understand that you have good intentions, but there are ramifications to this. If we allow it to proceed the way you've described, the potential danger to all of us would be we wouldn't even be able to predict.
Well, breaking the curse isn't going to happen overnight. It's going to take a long time. And you have all that time to discuss what happens afterwards.
But how can we trust them to keep to whatever is discussed if the discussion is made when they're in a position of weakness?
How can you trust
Right
anyone?
now, they're not in a position of weakness, though.
They have the ability to continue cursing people. And they'll continue to do it until someone decides that it's time to stop or everyone dies.
Thea's like, taking out their leader won't stop the curse on the city.
Does Thea actually believe that, or do you want to do a deception? Do you want to do deception or persuasion for that? I'm not sure which one you think it is.
It doesn't matter. I think it's the same either way for me.
I mean, but like, do you think that is the truth?
Both. It is trying to persuade her, but at the end of the day, it's in a spell book of retribution. So someone else can find that artifact. That's a Fomorian.
Yeah, so
It might be hard to find one that's capable,
but it won't
but it
guarantee
is a
it.
possibility.
I get what you're going for. Okay.
Yeah.
So do just a normal persuasion check for that point, and then I'm gonna have you do another advantaged one for the conversation you and Leo just had.
Ooh, good rolls.
Theo. It goes to Leo. I told you this would be hard.
I mean, yeah.
Very well. If you're not amenable to my alternative, I suppose we have no choice.
Thea's like, I don't want to Armstrong or what's that word?
Strong.
Strong arm
You
you.
had it almost just flipped.
Yes, I want your buy-in, and as difficult as I know that is to give, she's a lot older than me. haven't been here and seen as much as you. But I don't think you should be born into suffering or a curse.
She says. And in that, I suppose we disagree. You will have to settle for my acceptance. I do hope that you prove my concerns frivolous.
I understand where you're coming from and your concerns.
Please do believe I would like to see this ended. I don't enjoy the number of family members and friends I've lost to these wars. But I think about how many more I could lose if this goes wrong. And it frightens me.
Well, if it ever comes to the point where we can cure the curse, I will make sure the city is well aware before we would do that. Or lift the curse on a small scale before the entire race is cured.
As I said, you have my acceptance.
Okay. Well, we can tell the Fomorians that you are amenable to begin the discussion. So we have to find a neutral place to meet. So what would your parameters be? Take notes.
She says, as you've mentioned, we have little choice in the matter. Our own city is not even safe territory for us now. So, we'll meet them in the forest. It's the only place we could.
Forest.
Should we go back there, or do you think we can send to...
Well, okay, so we have location in the forest. Are we talking trees? Is there an area of sacred peace talks? Cultural significance?
The
How...
only cultural significance of the forest is that it is our battleground with them.
Oh, hey. That has... okay.
That is the only culture we've had to exchange for the past several millennia.
Well, I was also inquiring about, Eladrin cultural significance. Some
There could be no such place in the forest since it has always been in danger.
Okay. Would the stipulation be that just the two leaders would come and meet? Would you bring a retinue?
That's what she wanted to do in the first place.
Well, we would be there too. We're mediators at this point. How many people are allowed to come, that kind of thing.
I don't think it should be very many.
Well, you have to learn the terms of both parties, and then you come to an agreement in the middle. It's like you send the Outlook calendar invite and be like, hey, does this time work for you? No, that time doesn't work for me. Can we try another time?
She says, set whatever terms you believe would work for them.
Okay. Well, I guess we go back and talk to them.
All right. Meanwhile, Kipo,
Hmm.
you are making your way cross country with. Did I hear you have transport via plants ready now?
It's not prepared at the moment. I swapped it out for some other spells for traversing the Feywild, but yeah, I technically have that spell.
Nice. And you've definitely touched a bunch of plants in Dot's garden in Waterdeep.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that works. It basically take you a day, you know.
Hmm.
That is so cool.
Arriving to Waterdeep and the Black Stuff, are you doing anything special, or are you just being like, here's the spell?
Essentially, yeah, I will ask to meet with the Black Staff, present her with the information, and kind of wait and see what her thought process is.
Yeah, she examines that and takes a moment to meditate and commune with the Black Staff. She will tell you. This is not something that can be fixed on a large scale. However, it is something that I could teach others to fix.
Oh, so like a one person at a time kind of thing.
Yes.
I think that's better than nothing.
She says, I'll begin work on it. Yes, stay here for a few days and I'll be able to give you a working spell.
Oh, what? That's crazy. I thought it was gonna take months.
Y'all, she's 8 archmages.
Yeah, like Blackstaff in your back pocket.
She's 8 of them in one person.
Thea's like, how do we know her?
Even then, you could get a room full of experts and professionals. It'll still take them forever to do something.
Well, also,
But-
you brought her the original formula.
Oh,
That's true.
well,
He basically brought her a chemical formula and was like, can you make something that bonds with this? And she was like, yeah, I guess.
I guess since it's been a day, I will use the Wand of Sending to cast to Leo, since he's the one who can reply back to me, and let him know that Blackstaff is working on it, though we're probably going to need an amount of time and casters to go through this process.
Yeah, Leo, about 5 minutes after Kipo left, you get a sending from Kipo.
Thea's like,
Oh.
it's Fae time, Leo. Fae time.
So we would have known this information before we went to talk to the queen.
We'll say right after you finish talking to her for ease of
Okay.
not being...
Okay. Hey. Oh. Well. That was fast. So does... Can you ask the Blackstaff if that means that the cure or the curse might not be genetic anymore? Like, you cure someone and then their children don't have it again.
Sure, I'll ask the Blackstaff, but I have no way of responding to Leo.
Kipo's used up his one sending for the day.
You don't... Druids don't get sending?
No,
Oh.
I've just had the wand that Durlamar gave me from a long time ago.
Penny.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
Penny gave me the wand. Durlamar gave me a rock.
Yeah, Durlamar gave you a rock that only goes to Durlamar.
Mhm.
Yeah. Leo would not process that Kipo does not have sending, so he would just be like,
It'll probably be another 5 minutes by the time I get the chance to cast sending again.
so.
My thought process is once you remove the curse from somebody, that it won't be passed down from them anymore. So as long as we spread enough curing people, I mean, it's going to take time, and who knows how much the reagents are going to cost, like a greater restoration or more, but it's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
once somebody is cured that they will pass it on.
Mm-hmm.
As like as much as I have bought into this plan, I do take Lady Chandria's concerns to heart. Like, the reason they were cursed was because they were stronger in the first place. I mean, look, we were ants in that place.
Yeah, but Thea, I mean, they were cursed because they lost the war. The people of the Feywild were able to defeat them. It was punishment.
Again, that was how long ago, who knows now. I just want some reassurance from that side that
Yeah. No,
as soon as they're cured,
yeah.
they're gonna be, fuck you, now, psst.
No, I mean, I think that you're both valid in your concerns, but you did it once, you could do it again, kind of. Well, I guess that really goes both ways. But I still think that the good impact value of removing the curse will have a stronger effect than enmity. You know, and it's not going to go away overnight, but it's something that people can keep looking back at.
I don't think you're wrong, Leo. I want to hear those words out of the other person's mouth.
That's why we're going to go talk to him.
Yeah, you make your way back there. It would be right about as you're arriving that Kipo has been there for about a week at this point, and is being furnished with a spell scroll describing the counter curse that has been created. Kipo, who does not get his magic from books and such, thinks this looks like a bunch of gibberish, of course. But is assured that this will indeed do what it says. She says, it's not efficient, but it should work.
Based on, I mean, the magic's contained in the spell scroll, but if it were to be duplicated, is there any extravagant cost towards casting it?
She says, I wouldn't say extravagant, no. Nor would I say negligible. It requires a great deal of crushed gems, as many powerful restorative spells do.
Is there any chance I could have a copy of it just in case? Not the ingredients, just a second copy of the spell scroll, so I could be like, here, both sides.
She says, yes, certainly. And we'll come back about 4 hours later with an additional copy.
You've been wonderful. I haven't heard anything from my friends yet, so I'm assuming peace talks are still in the works, but I'll let you know how that goes.
She says, it will require a fairly competent caster to use. It's a 5th level spell. To make dissemination somewhat more difficult, but should still be possible.
Well, I think if both of them had
cast the curse in the first place, then they should have somebody of at least that competency level.
Yes, well, that was some time ago. They could all be dead.
No, they have actively cast it.
Oh. Oh, yes, that would have been much more difficult.
And I will find a waterfall and jump inside.
Alright.
You don't message us? You don't send?
He can! Oh, it's been a new day. Keep on
Yeah.
a week, goddammit!
For Kifo, it's been a new dawn.
I will send to Leo and say, I've got the stuff, I'm coming back.
What do you mean you're coming back? It's been 10 minutes!
Meanwhile, the rest of you are arriving back at the...
No! What do you mean you're coming back? It's been 10 minutes. Don't bring the spells. We're not ready yet.
Yeah,
People
Kifo
can't respond.
cannot respond. And when has he ever listened when people told him to wait, we're not ready yet?
God damn it.
I
Name
did tell
literally
him to
one
open the
instance where
door.
he has listened to that.
Kipo's opening the doors.
I told him he could.
Yeah, so the two of you arrive back at the Fomorian spot.
So Thea's like, that wasn't easy. As much as they would want to see this end as well, they do have their concerns about you guys wanting retribution if and when you are cured.
She says. I'm sure they also want retribution. We have all killed many on the other side.
Yes.
Well, we will all have to be disappointed then.
The queen has agreed to speak. So we have.
I mean, she pretty much said, well, this is me talking in my head. I don't think she needs to speak to them.
I'm pretty sure she said that she wanted to hear it from them. That there would be peace.
We kind of strong-armed her.
I mean, yes and no, but they
No,
can't really.
we definitely did.
Okay, yeah, but how are they ever going to trust each other if they can't speak to one another? That's the whole thing. You have to get them in a room to make amends.
Yes. Okay, hold on. So did we get a response from Kipo saying
Yes.
that he had the spells?
Yes.
Uh-huh. We know this going into the talk. We're not telling them. This is what I feel.
No.
We can't.
Can you phone Kipo?
Not right now. I can phone him later. What do you want me to tell him? This is still, I think, Psychic Whispers, right?
Thea's like, we're still waiting for our friend to get back from the material plane. We'd like to go meet with him quick and see if he had any further information on or got any further with the curse situation. So if you wouldn't mind, we're gonna go get our friend and be right back.
She does sort of a double take. That seems to be very little to say to have come all the way back here.
Yeah. I'm like, girl, In my head, I'm like,
Thea's
girl, what are you on?
You originally said that you wanted proof, or that we would be able to actually reverse the curse.
Said we would look into it. It would take time. In my head.
She says, yes. And have you received any updates on that?
That's why I wanted to go talk to our friend.
Go ahead and make a deception check. Because you're being real weird right now.
I know.
Validate you.
Oh my god. I couldn't.
No, what my thought is I wanted to know if Kipo could actually use this spell or not. Kipo, you can't learn this, can you?
I'm not a wizard, so no.
He can't learn it. He would be able to use the scroll, but not learn it.
No, but we need them to copy it down so it's not burnt up and never usable again.
Got you. Well, my thought process was to possibly turn the leader back and let the leaders then talk negotiations together with us present to show that, yes, this is in good faith, that it actually can work.
I like your thought process, but they're probably not going to use it on the leader first. Just safety parameters.
Yeah.
That's
and
true.
Even then, we still need to get them in the room together to talk. Well, I mean, it's okay. Whatever.
Yeah, she says to Thea, I suppose I can't expect you to trust me yet. Go do whatever you have to.
Okay. Just remember, big point is that the queen is down to talk. We'll talk logistics when we get back. Okay.
We will see.
Spooky. In my head, girl, what were you on? What is this? Anyways, what is this?
Sorry.
And then you explain.
And then I explained my thought
Yeah.
process to Leo.
Yes, I totally understand, but we still need to get them in the same room together. And besides, what is the queen going to say when she walks in and there's a Fomorian that doesn't have the Fomorian, kind of, it's the, in the head as we're leaving.
Alright, you two can rush back to meet Kipo.
Alright, sorry if it got so long. It's been like a solid week, but
It's been 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Literally been an hour.
I was going to say overall faster than I expected, but okay.
Yeah. No, that's really fast. They're not ready to have these yet.
What do you mean they're not ready?
I explained everything that went on with Kipo, the concerns, and then my thought process.
Well, I mean, as is, these are kind of one use and done. So I don't really want to use them just as a one-off. We kind of have to give it to them so that they can write it down for posterity's sake. And I mean, I agree with the plan of, having it tested, see that it works, and then have everybody agree to meet.
I just think that we need to get them in a room and they need to talk. And we need to build trust before we can even present them with a draft of the spell. Because if it doesn't work and it makes things worse, then they're going to accuse us of trying to kill them. But then if it does work and then the Elandrins aren't ready to do peace because they're still worried that people are going to kill them, then it just kind of,
Based on what you've said, the Queen is worried that once the Fomorians gain their original power, they won't be beholden to whatever they've agreed to before. So if we do allow the Fomorians access to the spell, they test it out once, and then they could use it on their leader, then the talk would be in good faith, would it not? They already have essentially what they're after. They could continue the war forever if they really wanted to, but they aren't waiting on the Eladrin to end the curse. They're actually there to end the talk, or end the war.
I think I get what you're saying.
So we're going to have peace talks with both of them first? Is that what you're saying, Kipo?
No, I think we need to give the spell to the Fomorians.
You mean for them to know it or to use it on one of them?
Not on everyone, no, but they need to at least know that it works.
Well, that's what I was saying, to use it on one of them, not necessarily give them the spell.
If I use it on them, then I've only got one copy left, and once that's gone, it's gone.
Well, if you have one copy left,
That I would need to give to the Eladrin.
well, you just well, the one copy that can make copies for both of them, one master doc, and they both get copies. They use the spells. The Fomorians use the spell scroll. They don't get to copy it. They use it as proof, and then afterwards, they get to copy it once the discussions are done.
Potentially. I could see that. It'd have to be another sort of meeting of two mages both copying the spell at the same time to make sure, one's not going to destroy it before passing it off to the other.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we could also be there to supervise.
Okay. Off to the Fomorian camp.
Okay. Do you think that Blackstaff? She probably wrote down the spell, aside from these two, right?
I'm sure she's still got it, yeah. I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
message.
she just throws it away after she does something like that. 'cause
And forgotten.
I worked so hard on this. Trash can.
I'm gonna send to the Blackstaff real quick.
It's just part of the company policy. It automatically deletes after a year.
Hi. Just double checking that you have copies of, or would know how to replicate again the spell that you gave us, and not to take away from your professionalism. Just double checking.
She says, "It's in my spell book."
Oh, okay.
And that is the end of this response she sends.
Thea's just like, I don't want to just hand them this spell, but I think giving them proof would
Quick break for me. I'll be back in like 5.
help it go, like, seeing our good faith and
In that case,
this
yes, we can
process.
go to the camp. I can cast it on one of them, show that it works, and then we bring both sides to the negotiating table, knowing that there is a cure in the world, and that both parties will be given access to it once we can end the war.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I don't know what my parents are going to think of me.
Hey, if this works, you're gonna
I
be
might
remembered
need a new
forever. Oh.
You are the lone hero responsible for ending 3,000 years of war.
Lone?
I know.
That's the Three Musketeers. Hello?
Hee. I know. I can only see good things.
It's hard not to have my suspicions or doubts in the background.
Hey, that is so true.
I understand. Everybody has to be equally trusting, or else nothing is going to move forward. And there's nothing really to base the trust off of besides their word.
Which
Yeah.
is why I think doing this might help.
Yeah. Because also, when we think about it, we're the ones that have access to the spell. We're the neutral party. So, nobody really has a leg up on anybody else now.
Did we do everyone's one shot besides Clinton's? We didn't do Clinton's, right?
Clinton's the last one.
Clinton's is the last one.
What's everybody getting tattooed when we all meet up in March?
Oh my god. No. No tattoos. I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
It's not that long away if you think about it.
No, it's really not. It's so soon.
Got like 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
Oh my god! Ah! I'm so ready for a vacation.
5?
I didn't realize till after we decided on that weekend that it's going to be St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, really? LOL.
Oh.
It's actually really funny because. Oh no. Well, it's that weekend, and then 2 weeks later, I'm going down to LA for a concert and my mom's conference. So we're going down. Lots of traveling in the
Okey-dokey,
spring.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right. So, what are you doing?
We're going back to the camp.
All right. You arrive back with the Fomorians.
Thea's like, I have my friend. Sorry I was weird earlier. I had an idea and I wanted to make sure it was doable.
Good news. We have what we believe to be a counter curse spell.
Very good. Are
You know, it was signed off by the Black Staff herself, so it should probably work. If you would like, I can attempt to cast it on a willing participant, just to show in good faith that the spell does what it's supposed to.
She considers that for a second and says, "All right." And stands up and comes over to stand in front of Kipo.
Oh,
I told
Okay.
you.
I wouldn't
well, I
ask.
didn't want to assume.
I wouldn't ask one of my people to chance this. Besides,
The
you know, if you kill me, you'll kill any chance we have of a peaceful resolution.
I swear to Jesus. Thea's like, when this works, not if, I believe in the Black Staff, almighty powerful woman. I would like for you to go and have peace talk with our leader of the city. I want to show that this is in good faith by uncursing you to see that the future can be peaceful.
Of course. Go ahead.
Go for it, Kipo.
I will use one of the spell scrolls to attempt to remove the Fomorian curse.
If fails, we die.
Do you want to enhance ability on yourself first?
It's going to use my spellcasting ability, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'll do Wisdom.
Cool. It's a wisdom check.
I will also cast guidance on my friend.
DC 15.
We die!
Thank goodness for that guidance.
Oh my god.
We got
it.
Kipo does that. In a flash of light, she is restored to what you first thought she looked like.
Thea's like, okay, hold up. How were you turning back in the first place then?
Illusion.
But how did you know that's what you
Oh.
looked like?
She says, "Oh, these forms appear to be cursed. Under true seeing, we can see what we're meant to be."
Oh. That actually was that was really sad.
She takes the spellbook off her waist and goes and hands it to this Fomorian over here. Says,
Oh. They get the copy of the thing now.
No, they don't.
Yes, because she has the book that anything that is cast onto her is you can retribute it. Retribution.
Thea's like,
Oh,
Oh well.
I'm not a fucking wizard!
I forgot about that. Shit. It's okay. We can maybe still talk about it.
I mean, I'm not going to stop them from the spell.
Yeah.
All right, so the
She
queen was
tells-
amenable to any terms you set forth, as far as location and retinue.
She tells that Fomorian, make sure that that is copied and distributed. I will accompany you wherever you want me to meet your queen now.
Okay, so it's just the two of them that are gonna talk. In the
There don't
woods.
happen to be any neutral nations anywhere nearby, or we're just meeting in the woods.
Most of the nations nearby are also at war with the Fomorians.
Cool. The woods it is.
Okay, we're doing this now.
Yep, now I feel dumb.
I mean, I don't really think we were outplayed. It's
To
gonna
be
happen one way
fair-
or another.
Even if Zoltan was here, I feel like it still would have happened. Even
No.
if he's a wizard.
Well, now they could just go. Well, I don't know. Well, we have positive thoughts. Positive thoughts. Positive thoughts.
I mean, yeah, they could have turned around and said, "Now fuck you, we have the spell," but she's willing to meet.
She says, "Of course, I trust you to provide for my safety. After all, I'm the one that doesn't wish the violence to continue."
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If I were to die, my people would take it as vindication of all the arguments they made against peace talks.
True.
Which is why we are coming with. As a neutral party.
Okay. Do we send to the queen?
I believe we
Yeah.
should bring Ilrove to the neutral location.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Thea can go bring the queen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We could just walk into the woods, I guess. Where we met Ilrove the first time.
Preferably a large clearing so nobody suspects
Yeah.
anybody hiding in the
Can't hide
shadows.
anywhere.
Yeah.
No foul play from anyone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I did have prepared prior to switching back to transport via plants? Druid Grove. I could set a neutral location.
That's a good idea.
Sure. What is this Druid Grove you speak of?
Let me show you.
Oh, that's a lot of words.
Essentially, I can make up to a 90-foot cube that is protected. I ward the area. I can either make it filled with fog, or have grasping vines, or animate trees to serve as protectors, and dictate who is and is not protected against the spell.
Cool. Okay, well, I will go get the leader.
Yeah, and they will both end up meeting in Kipo's Grove, which I don't have a map for, so you get this map.
Yes, I love the spell that's ominous in the background.
The two sexy ladies coming here to talk about peace.
I
What
feel
follows
like
is a
I'm-
long and very awkward conversation filled with lots of veiled insults and reminders of what terrible things each of them has done. But they do eventually reach the point of agreeing that, yeah, they agree to stop trying to kill each other. Looking at it, you can tell that neither one actually believes the other is going to hold to that.
Yes, all that's left is to see if it actually holds.
And in the distance, you can see the cloud dissipating from above the city.
Oh. You know, I feel like this would be a good time to cast Ceremony, except I don't have that spell. Isn't there something that is fitting for this situation?
Not necessarily.
Oh.
There's atonement, bless water, coming of age, dedicating somebody to my god, a funeral rite, and a wedding.
Atonement, maybe?
Ending the war ceremony.
Yeah.
Go,
Wedding,
Kipo.
get married, secure the alliance.
Oh,
Now kiss.
I just feel like new beginnings. I feel like I should do some blessing, but I don't have anything that would symbolize that.
Thea's just like, you see how fast
I
the
mean,
reverie works?
I mean, you can make a blessing without having a spell for it.
Oh, okay. Magic! God stuff!
Thea's like, is that how that works? God
No,
stuff.
yeah.
I mean, usually you invoke your god more, but yeah.
God stuff.
Yeah, that just like ceremony gives you specific mechanical effects for certain ceremonies, but there's nothing that says you can't like do a little devotion to Lathander and be like, because you're the god of new beginnings, you know, that kind of thing.
Thea's
Yeah,
like, go
that-
for it.
Yeah, that was the energy. Like I know he knows the sermons, but I don't, and so my interpretation is blessing, God stuff.
I will provide the queen with the other copy of the spell.
Yeah, she will take it to get back to the city for those people that were affected.
Thea's like, if the peace doesn't hold, I will be back, and I know a lot of powerful people that could help me.
Both of them give some rendition of, if the peace doesn't hold, it will be because of them, not us.
I'll turn to Orova and say, now, obviously, we got to see how this one holds for the long term. But I mean, if you ever need, more negotiation for the other parties that you're at war with, give me a call. We're always here.
She says, this should give us a better chance to negotiate. For two reasons. One, we no longer look like hideous monsters out of people's nightmares, which has in the past made negotiations more difficult. And two, we no longer have the curse dampening our magical abilities, so those that are unwilling to negotiate, we can deal with more easily.
Well, I think we all did a good thing here. And Thea, I'm proud of you for stepping above your history.
Fist bump, dude.
Thea's like, I still don't feel 100%.
Well,
It doesn't have to feel good.
can't win them all, but
Well,
you can win some.
let's
don't
go
know.
see if my parents still love me.
Also, well, I'll say this to Kibo. The Black Staff kept the original curse, right? The spell that you gave her?
I presume so, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's copies of both now in the world, so, if this stuff happens again, there's a solution.
Thea goes back to her parents and is like, I stopped the curse on the city.
Thea, as you arrive back to your home,
You get egged.
My shit's outside.
no, you're met at the front door or by
Tomato,
Valade
tomato,
again.
tomato. Who's that?
Who like as you open the front door, like
That's my
comes
brother.
comes out the front door and like puts his arm around you and says, "We're gonna give them a little bit of time."
See, I told you.
He says,
Damn.
"Oh, no, they're not mad at you specifically. They're just generally mad."
Well, I was the one that did all of it, so essentially, yeah.
Oh, I did not know that. And neither do they. Nor do they need to.
Hey. You can take it for the history books, but when I'm here, we share the credits.
No, I meant my parents would probably not appreciate me doing all of this, considering we lost my brother to the Fomorians.
I think in the long run they will. They're angry
Just
right
not
now
right now.
because they don't understand, and old people. But I think in the long run they'll understand that it had to end. Just maybe not the same day.
I'll let you tell them after I leave.
You going to stay gone for another 10 years this time?
No. I'll write home.
Well, I wasn't asking about writing. When are you coming to visit?
I don't know, the time works weird and I got a lot on my
in
plate.
sidereal time, when are you going to visit?
I got a lot on my plate right now. I've had a lot on my plate at the moment. Somehow I got roped into, saving the world from demons.
Look, the last time you left, it was rough. You disappeared and didn't come back for quite some time. And, well, frankly, it hurt all of us. We didn't hear from you, nothing. This time, I know it would make me feel a lot better, and I imagine them as well, if we knew you were coming back.
Oh, I will definitely come back.
When?
I don't know. I don't want to lie to you.
I'm not asking you to lie, I'm asking you to commit.
How though? Like,
Look, you don't need to tell me that you're going to come back monthly or something like that. I just want to be able to tell them, oh yes, don't worry, Thea's coming home again. You'll see her in whatever. Do you think they didn't miss you?
I'm sure they did. I miss them.
Exactly. So just, when can we expect you to come back?
Might I suggest 1 year Fey time at the latest?
Thea's like, I'll probably be back in a couple months. I will be back in a couple months.
That's perfect. That's all we need. We worry about you when you're gone.
You should send home more often. We'll give you the wand.
Thea's like, I kind of ran away.
I
No, not necessarily like because I wanted to run away from home because I hated home. It was rough when my brother died, and then Lazarus left too. So, or he disappeared.
Hey. Twins who run away.
He says, yes, at least I understood why you left, but it was rough for all of us, especially with you leaving, really.
Thea's like, I promise I will come home in a couple months.
And speaking of, where is Lazarus?
The
About
city
now?
of Am, I believe. He's probably in jail at the moment.
Yeah. We're planning on
It's a
maybe
very long
saving his
story.
ass. You know, but to be honest, we might just let him rot in there. He needs
Thea's
a
like,
good
I
ass
won't
whooping.
let him rot.
He deserves it.
You don't know him.
You see Valene nodding along with Leo.
Like, we're not gonna let him die, but he does deserve it.
He left you with no word.
I left you guys with no word.
Yes, and we're very angry about that.
Which I was very angry too. But maybe it was for a good cause. Or
Maybe.
That's why we're gonna save him.
Do I have any update about what Lazarus has been doing, having tried to scry on him almost daily?
You will when we're all
What?
completely done with our side quests.
Yeah, that was part of Leo or Kipo's thing.
Oh.
I got a scry mirror, and I've been trying to see what Lazarus has been doing.
Oh.
interesting.
Yeah, is this your older or younger brother?
This one?
Yeah.
Older.
Oh. So was it just the three of you? Older
Yes.
brother and the twins? How many years apart are you guys? Do elves have babies like humans do? Or do they like wait like 100 years and then have another kid?
As Leo asks that question, he says, well, I mean, the general mechanics of it are the same. That's what we're asking.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
He's innocent. Don't tell him.
Unnecessary. No, but seriously, how far apart are you guys?
He says, oh, I'm only 30 years older.
You know, it could have been worse.
I mean, we don't look at yours like other people do.
Well, you also have to remember that's 30 years in the Feywild, so I have no idea how much older I am out there.
I mean, that doesn't really matter because you guys were both born here, so like
Yes.
it would have been relative to here anyways.
Yes, but no, so we're pretty close together.
Cool.
Depending how long I stay in the material plane, I might be older than him.
He says,
Hmm.
well, yes, if you were out there for 10 years, then by now we're only about 20 years apart.
I will soon become the oldest.
Is that what you want?
No. Well,
He says,
I'll go.
God, no, also they never would have approved of Thea marrying a Lazarus if she was the oldest.
So you're
Oh.
actual factual married? Because we've been kind of foggy on that bit.
What? No, I'm not married.
Are you married? I asked her brother.
He says, yes, of course.
What do you mean, of course? Why would it be of course?
He says, I suppose, no reason that you would know, but yes, I am. And Thea's, as far as we know, not currently married, but we always expected her and Lazarus to.
Well, we'll see.
Hippo always has ceremony prepared.
I do, but I'm not sure Lazarus is worthy at the moment.
Who are you to judge? We should be able to pick our own people that we want to be together with.
I'm the officiant.
That is true.
Keep her doing the
You
ceremony.
got me there.
If anyone here objects, I object, says
Well,
the officiant.
I mean, that's what they did in my dream.
Look, I mean, you can always get somebody else to do the ceremony, but I'm not blessing you under my god unless I approve.
He says, much as I don't think he's good enough for my sister, I don't think anyone is. Lazarus was never a bad person. I will say that in his defense. Little odd, but never bad. He, well, honestly, I think he would have approved of what Thea's done here. He always did have a soft spot for people that he felt were downtrodden.
That's probably what got him into trouble now.
Maybe
Yeah.
you like him, Kipo.
Look, I'm not saying no. I just gotta say I gotta meet the guy. You also haven't asked me to marry you yet, so, you know, there's still that whole thing to work out.
Thea's like, well,
Huh.
I didn't ask because I don't know yet.
Yeah, I'm saying this is just a hypothetical.
Sounds like mother and father have calmed down if you want to say goodbye to them.
Yes. Guys, don't tell them. Kipo. I come in and tell mom and dad.
So much.
Look at his long flowing hair.
No, it's the fact that it looks okay. When you look close, he's not, but it looks like he's doing a little lip bite. Like a...
It does look like that if you're not looking directly at it.
Well, I go in and I'm like, Mom, Dad, I stopped the curse.
Your dad says, that was you?
Well, collectively, we work as a unit.
Yeah.
Musketeers.
But we were told the curse was stopped because we had agreed to a ceasefire.
Feels like in her head, okay, let's leave.
That was you?
Feels like, we just helped stop the curse.
He just kind of looks off, kind of confused. Your mother says, he's sorry, dear, but just we would have thought that you would have been the last person to be involved with any sort of settlement.
I was originally. I'm just gonna tell Mom and Dad. I won't be back home for a while anyways.
Why not?
I have other stuff to do on the material plane.
Do you need help?
I'd rather not get you guys involved. But
We're your
I don't
family.
think I need
We're
your help.
already involved.
Anyways, back to this. I went in there with the intentions of killing the leader.
Your dad takes a turn. Thea, what are you involved in on the prime material plane that you'd rather talk about this than that?
Oh wait,
I'm not changing the subject.
twins who keep secrets. Although technically, my family knows. I think.
Oh, no,
at this
no,
point.
no. Thea's like, well, I have to go find a Lazarus. He might be in jail. Thea's like, they'll believe that.
Hippo's just sitting on a chair, legs kicking wildly, ready to explode.
Thea in her head's like, shut your mouth.
Like watching a ping pong match.
What aren't we involved in?
I know.
That's true. So,
That does seem to throw them off the trail. They're like, oh yes, she would be embarrassed about that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
so
Darn.
Thea's like, I think both sides have seen enough loss. Losing my brother, which is one of the reasons I left in the first place. So, I don't want to lose another brother. And meeting with the Fomorians, they kind of feel the same way, that they didn't want their children to be cursed for something that they didn't do.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. Yes, I think we have lost more than enough people. We won't be caught unawares if it doesn't work. You know it might not,
Of course.
but
Which, if it doesn't, let me know. I will be back to help.
I think you made a good choice.
Hopefully, it's a good choice in the long run. Lady Chandria wasn't very happy, so sorry if that causes issue with you guys.
I'm sure we'll be fine. Alright, and you all make your way back to the material plane. Well done.
Huzzah!
To the waterfall!
We're awesome! Now, if only international relations in real life were that easy.
I mean, to be fair, these are not really international, they're more intercity relations.
Oh, well.
Yeah, we just stopped the city versus
That's
army
true.
camp war.
Not to say it's not still a great thing to have done, but like,
Yeah. Oh.
And nobody died.
Nice. I'm trying. Should I cast divination again and ask Lathander about what he's worried about now, or should I do that when the campaign starts? I wanna know.
up to you.
Yeah, because I would have called him. I would have cast it after Kipo. Was in the timeline of things, is Kipo before Thea, or where does
Don't worry about it.
Kipo's? Okay, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Okay, I will cast. Let's cast divination, and I'm just gonna say. So, what were you worried about?
That is not a thing happening within the next 7 days. There's no reply.
He gave me such a crazy. He gave me like.
Are you sure you don't want to cast Commune?
Okay, prepare that in the future. I'll cast Commune. What does it? Does it eat stuff? I think it does.
I mean, so does Divination. Divination eats stuff.
We just bought
Oh.
all that giant shit for no reason.
Oh well, it. What was I gonna say? We can use it for other things. Oh, I forgot that
That's
it uses that. I think I can. Let me see. What is Commune? Oh, actually, Commune doesn't eat stuff. It's actually a better spell. Well, not really. Okay. But then they were yes or no, but then he gave me not yes or no questions. Yes or no answers.
One-word answers, often yes or no.
Oh, okay. Let's see. What would I ask? You know what? Why not? Yeah. What? Commune. I'll cast Commune and I'll ask, so what were you worried about? See if that gets anything.
The answer you get is R.
R?
R like pirate R?
R?
You get any tone from it? Or
Is
just
it the tone? The tone is R.
You said what were. He is.
Oh, what are you worried? Oh, R? Yeah. Can I help?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it something I already know about?
Sure, that's a good one. Is it something I already know about?
Yes.
Oh,
And
okay.
no.
And no. Fuck. Did I try and cast it again the same day? There's a 25% chance I don't get any answer.
go for it.
There's a
Okay.
25% chance that you get bad answers,
Oh,
Oh.
and you don't know.
Yeah.
which is much worse than no answer.
25% chance
I look
is quite a bit.
I look at the sky because that's where all the gods are. I say, there's gotta be a better way for you to tell me what's going on. And I guess I'll cast the spell tomorrow if I don't get anything while I'm sleeping.
Well, that'll be a thing for next time.
Feels like not all
Okay.
the gods are in the sky, Leo.
Yeah, but it's just, that's where all of them are. That's where mine is.
There's gods of the Underdark, isn't there?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're in the Underdark.
where would they live if they're in the God plane?
Plane. The Divine Gate. Reset spells. Reset.
And next week we will do the last one, which is Zoltan's.